Hi. New Mini by Ateez, which means I'm not okay, and we got to hear Mingi's voice in months, so I'm not okay at all. In case you didn't know, Ateez is my alt group, so forget about me throwing hate to them. All of this opinions are personal, and of course no one has to agree with them. Let's begin. First of all, I gotta say that when the performance preview was released, I died. I basically couldn't do anything apart from replaying it. And truth is that by doing that I realized how different Zeros and Treasures series pre-choruses are being. Both Inception and Fireworks pre-choruses give a different vibe if you compare them to Treasures title tracks. Which ain't something bad, I mean, music evolution exists there, but I can't deny that I miss the style of Treasures title tracks. I really think that what makes Ateez's songs so good is mainly the pre-chorus, I mean, answer. Halla halla. The way those pre-choruses make you feel full of energy and hype, and then comes the chorus and boom, everything's even better, that's almost surreal. But don't get me wrong, Inception and Fireworks are still bops. I love them, just in a different way, because for me they aren't as good as the previous title tracks. Though we should also consider that Ateez did set the bar way too high with those in the Treasure series. Having explained that, the only thing left to say about Fireworks is that the outro is really something else. The vocals, the melody, it's just a perfect outro. Oh my, Mingi's rap on the radio. Don't talk to me. I actually was very curious about what they were gonna do, if they were just gonna show shots of other members while Mingi was singing his parts or what, because I was pretty sure they weren't just going to pretend as if he didn't exist. But I didn't see that coming. Right now I'm itching to know if they're gonna incorporate to the narrative of their universe the Mingi being trapped thing, cause I've been seeing quite a lot of speculation about that, and since KQ always manages to surprise us. Let me tell you now more things about the MV apart from the fact that I cried because of a radio. So they spoiled us pretty much everything in Salary Lupin's 4th episode. Pause to say rip Salary Lupin, you'll be missed, what a reality show. They spoiled us very important things, and I still had the audacity to act shocked about the location of the MV. I like that it's not just an empty and boring desert, it has that dystopian world thing where everything was ruined. This is the best shot of all the MV, and you can't tell me otherwise. Go ahead, change my mind if you dare to. And let's not forget about this shot too, it's amazing. In general, the shots where there's fire in the background are very visually pleasing. Another thing I love is towards the end, when they have the red outfits, and there's a change in the choreography with the fireworks there behind them. I'm not an expert when it comes to styling, but I'll give my opinion on this because I have something very important to ask. In the photo shoot of the Z version, the dreamy version, why does Jongho look like he's dressed with a cheap costume of the Joker's suit? Except for that they did a good job with these outfits though. Regarding those in the MV, meh, I don't like them that much. Ironically, the best one in my opinion is Jongho's. In Ye's, I know that many people want him to dress less covered and show more, but I think that this coat is cool. Plus, if the guy doesn't want to wear revealing clothes, leave him alone. Poor man. These outfits are okay, they're not ugly, simply it ain't the best era regarding styling, bearing in mind that these outfits are competing against those of eras like Say My Name or Answer. And even if they were dressed with ugly clothes, they'd still look handsome. I mean, I'm not being biased, I'm being subjective, which ain't the same. This is the first time in an Ateez mini album that I find the B-sides better than the title track. I tend to find them at the same level, or almost at the level of the title track, but in this case it's the opposite. As I said before, Fireworks is still a bop even though I don't love it like crazy, but the thing is that the rest of the mini goes beyond that definition. Celebrate and Time of Love are cute, they have a similar vibe to others of their soft B-sides, but the leaders. Soti. Yunho saying "We are the leaders" is everything I never knew I needed. Can you believe that the first time I listened to it, my immediate thought when it started to play was, I don't like this. So I panicked thinking it was gonna be the first song by them I don't like, but don't worry babies, I recovered from that. Now, what about Take Me Home? It's the best song of the mini. Change my mind, I dare you again. I mean that saxo solo. I'd marry it if it was feasible. I wasn't expecting them to create something with this style, but the result is spectacular. The song I like the least is the remix of Fireworks, maybe because San scares the hell out of me when he screams "this is the remix," but it still ain't bad though. I mean, remixes in K-pop are a disaster most of the times, but not the case. Don't leave, this isn't over. The Japanese album Into the A to Z just came out, so I'll give my opinion only on Still Here, cause I've already talked about better in my ranking Ateez B-sides video that you can check out here. He. Songs in K-pop written in Japanese are a bit hard to digest sometimes cause they tend to be worse than the songs written in Korean, but I'm glad I can say that the two songs Ateez has released only in Japanese are really good. They don't lose the reassuring essence of their soft B-sides in Korean. And Still Here is already legendary cause it's the first song in which seonghwa raps, so it will go down in history, period. In conclusion, Ateez never disappoints, and this has been my review. What's yours? What's your favorite song of the mini? If you like this, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing. See you next time, bye.